Morning Discord, morning YouTube. About to get to opening bell. Today we're going to see if we can make enough money to buy Christmas presents in March. There wasn't a large shift in the overnight. I think that blue arrow from the trading plan last night played out pretty perfect. All right, opening bell. The 5-day is tracking up. The 200's also tracking up. So let's see if we tag the 5. So, you know, if we hit the 5, if that's going to be the target, we're going to look for a rejection off the 5. Otherwise, we're going to look for the break, retest, and reject. So let's see which one plays out. The put's looking pretty good right now. Looks like it wants to tag the 5 right now. Premiums are a little bit high today. Premiums are a little high. Remember, elevated premiums indicate volatility. Volatility indicates a downward trend normally. So if we're seeing high premiums, the 5's right here, we don't know yet. We'll see. We'll let it play out. But the put looks nice right now. Okay. Yeah, by the way, tomorrow is FOMC. FOMC is a major thing in the for the economy. That's when they make the rate decisions. The decisions on the rate, how much money costs to borrow. So FOMC is going to be a big deal. I think that's at 2:30 Eastern. I got to go look back at the economic calendar, but FOMC is a big deal. So, and that's tomorrow. The markets are going to move. They're going to swing tomorrow. I don't even... Stay away from tomorrow if you can. That's what I suggest. If you haven't gone through an FOMC trading day, tomorrow's a perfect day to paper trade. All right, let the early candles play out. Let's see how we react under 564.14. Let's see how we react under it. Is it going to be an early shoulder right here? Let's let it play out. Let's not front run it. It looks like it wants to. I'm not going to try to call this within 4 minutes. I know it looks really good right now for the put, as I said 3 minutes ago, but Oh God, I wish we didn't have these rules. I wish we didn't have these rules for this put with the shoulder right here. We're just gonna stick to the rules. We'll let it play out. Whoa, oh my goodness. FOMO. Oh, it hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. I wanted to put the shoulder, but I waited. I waited because the rules. But that shoulder looked really nice right here. And we know the 5's right here. And we know that premiums are elevated. Right? All those context clues. All those context clues. I'm trying to give you, I'm trying to help you understand the factors that you need to think about before you take a trade. There's some things to have in the back of your mind. Are the contracts high? Are the premiums high? Where's the 5MA? Things like this. I wanted to put that shoulder here, but 4 minutes in, that's not. I know. Right here would have been nice for that shoulder. Would have been nice. Start off the morning like that. So I want to see if we bounce. So looks like we're rejecting off this 564.14. I want to see if we bounce in between these or if we head straight for the 5. I know everyone's hating me for that put. Everyone's hating me for that put. But that's just an example of if we don't have the setup, because technically there's no setup. That would have just been, you know, I saw what happened from the nightly trading plan. The nightly trading plan happened perfect for the blue arrow. So that's what I was using to say, you know, this put probably going to play out right now. Plus this candle right here. I was like, all right, looks like a put. All right, that's what we do know. Whenever this happens, your safest call is going to be somewhere over here. Oh, looks like we're going to tag this 5 like right now. Let's go to a higher time frame. On the 30-minute, let's see if we get below, retest and reject under, which should coincide with the 5. So that kind of worked out perfect. This purple, I'm not convinced of this purple, so we gotta wait to see what this purple actually looks like. Oh, that put looks so. How mad is everybody right now on a scale of 1 to Chris Brown? How mad are you at me right now? So the irresponsible thing to do would have been to draw that shoulder, because I don't want to reinforce bad habits of trading without the proper setup. That's why. You know, I was leaving context for you to understand kind of what I was saying, but there's no proper setups. That's why we don't take trades without proper setups, and it hurts sometimes. Okay, I'm back. A little bit of technical difficulties. I just spilled water on my goddamn laptop. Okay. So if we want to see some more downside, all right, we expected a bounce between this key level and this key level, so we knew that was going to happen. So let's see how we react underneath here. I'm not 100% with this magenta. I think we're going to be able to test it properly now. So we're going to see if it's going to be breaking magenta today for the down. To go tag that 5. Okay. So ideally we'd like 5 to be the target here. You see, we just have to wait just a little bit for that to play out. Just a little bit. We just have to wait a little bit. A little bit. That's all we had to wait. That's all we had to wait was a little bit. Quick base hit. Quick base hit. Easy money. Easy money. This is easy money. Quick base hit. Take your profits. We're coming up to the 5. We got to see how we react off of that. Take your profit when you can. Don't leave anything on the table. If you took breaking magenta, use the purple to guide you. Easy money. Ideally, this 5 would be the target. Let's see if they're going to play with us. Let's see what they're going to do. I think I left the 5MA completely out of the trading plan. My bad. I unintentional, definitely unintentional. So it's all, but I mean, we went over this in the lesson, right? It's always going to be the MAs that are going to be important levels. So we knew to expect this. It'd be ideal if we actually tagged the 5 right here. That would be ideal. If you took break of magenta, single contract should be cut in chalks when we break above this purple. Take your base. If it continues down, yeah, we know the 5 is going to be the target, but take your base hits. That's good money right there. All right, let's see what the next setup is. I'm gonna clean up the chart. Your safest calls are still going to be above. It's going to be over here. These are where your safe calls are. If it's going to taper, we want to see like this. But I mean, that 5 is right there. It's right there. Are these rejection wicks here? Is this going to be a momentum candle forming here? I don't know about this blue, so ignore this blue for right now. I think I might actually like the blue. Maybe the blue and not the purple. Alright. That purple is most likely a selling channel. Alright, here's your 50-50. You're at the 50-50. But you have to, consider the 5 is right here. So there's a lot to consider right here. Are we rejecting underneath 62.30 on the way to the 5, still inside the blue? That's what you got to consider. Alright, I wanted to see us break below 561.12 or 561.18-ish, which that did happen, but we'll see what they want to do. That did happen. That did happen. A little bit more would be nice. A little bit more would be nice. I like this blue. I wasn't sure about it, but yeah, it looks like this blue is the thing. That purple is most likely a selling channel, like a weaker selling channel. Come on, more easy money. More easy money. Damn, it feels good to win. It feels good to win sometimes. Damn, does it feel good to win. Hell yeah. Okay. Feels good to win. Every day, every day. Every day we can do this. Oh. You can't tell me it doesn't. All right. All right. Let's get over ourselves right now. Take your money when you can. Get green and wait for the next proper setup. Don't start gambling now. Don't start gambling now. What's the point? I don't care if you made $3 on that trade. Don't start gambling now. It feels so good to win. It feels so good to win. Oh my goodness. And this is why we did our class on Sunday, because we know how important the moving averages are, right? We know how important these key levels are. Look how it reacted under the key level. It's almost science. It's almost like science. All right, now we're all knowing what we're looking for, right? We already know. Are we gonna break below this 5 on the underside, retest and reject under? Let me clean up this chart. And then we can only do that with, oh, look at this money. Look at the money we're printing. The money we're printing. You can't. We had to wait. We waited a little bit. On this joint right here, this flexion point. With the break of this magenta, right? That was our first entry on the break of this magenta right here. Easy. We knew where the target was. It doesn't get any easier. I told you the only time we're going long is if we get to a certain point. You guys got to listen to what I'm saying, right? Okay, glorious. Absolutely glorious. And this is why you can't listen to indicators. They're going to tell you the wrong thing every time. All right, hit the target. Take your money. Take your money. If it goes further, okay, it goes further, but we reached the destination. And I strongly suggest if you took this trade way up here on break of magenta on this one, that's good money. I wouldn't even be opposed to calling it a day. This is too easy for us. We do it every day. We do this every single day. Are you not entertained? Oh, it feels so good to win, though. It actually feels so good to win. Whew. Oh, goodness. All right, next setup. Let's see where it's at. So the next setup is going to be, let's go to the 5 minute. The next setup is going to be like this. The break, the retest, and the rejection, right? If it's going to go down. Otherwise, this, if it rejects off, if we don't break, retest, reject, if it just rejects, on the upside, we're looking for this right here. We're looking for rejection like this. So it may come in the form of a cup. It may give us some better structure. We don't know yet, but we know what it needs to look like. And and in the 1 minute, we're gonna have it identified. You don't have to worry. Look how glorious this was. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. You see how you can trade absolutely stress-free? You can trade absolutely stress-free. Once you start understanding this system and how it works, you actually don't have to worry. You're not going to be worried, oh, okay, I took $20, $30 loss. That's not going to bother you. It'll take time. Don't worry. We'll get there. Now, if there's a revenge call coming in, revenge call meaning a short burst up, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. If we see some strong candles stacking here, green candles, I wouldn't doubt it. Let's see if we form another magenta right here, which would be perfect along the 5, right? We use our moving averages for our what is it? God dang, our setups. We're gonna need to see some strong candles, and then we want to look for something like that if there's gonna be more down. All right, let's break down what happened this morning. Yes, we saw that the nighttime trading plan was playing out for the downside. We saw that early on. If you had the night trading plan, you saw it. It hit perfect for more down. The reason why we waited this morning and I didn't go in just on this one candle, you know, you heard me saying it. I want to put the shoulder here. However, I don't want to instill gambling behavior. Right? I don't want to instill the gambling. I want to show you that you can always rely on the setup. The setup's going to be there. The setup's going to be there. And you can always rely on that. You know, 90 something percent of the time, you can always rely on the setup. And the setup was the break of the magenta. The break in magenta was a setup. Magenta broke. 5 was a target. Easy claps. Easy claps. Revenge call, right? Remember I called a revenge call here. Right here I said there's going to be a revenge call. Here it is. Easy. This is too easy. It's too easy. Right? We knew to expect some type of rejection off of it. It didn't go straight through. We already knew to expect it. Come on now. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It may retest it again, but we will know that because we're at, you know, at least minimum, we're going to break this magenta. Minimum. The revenge call coming in. Who couldn't see this coming? This is easy. This is too easy. This is too easy for me. We can make money. We can extract every single dime out of this market. It just takes practice. I told you a revenge call is coming. This is too easy. If it wants to keep heading up, I want to see a strong move out of here like this. So don't even worry about calls. I mean, yeah, don't even worry about calls till we get up here. It's risky to do it down here on the rejection. The safer bet is up here, and the even safer bet is going to be up here. That's just what it is. Those are the rules. Those are the rules. This is how it works. Revenge call. Look. Look at this. When you have a master of the market like this, to where you know exactly what's going to happen next. Let me not say I know exactly what's going to happen next, but I don't know. We got a pretty good track record, Discord. We got a pretty good track record. You can't argue with the record. We knew what was going to happen because the overnight trading plan. Do you see how they worked together? Yesterday, the overnight trading plan worked absolutely perfect. It worked absolutely perfect. Or no, what was it? Friday, because we used Fridays. On Sunday's lesson, we used Friday's price action. We know where a comfortable call would be, right? Somewhere up here. We know where the comfortable call would be. If you made money, take your money. Call it a day. Leave a winner. There's no reason to risk anything else. If you took the break of this magenta and rode it all the way down to the target, there's no reason to risk another dime. Why? Why do that? For what? This was expected. There's no surprise here. There's no surprise. Why? Because we have our key level right here. I'm not saying it's 100%, but geez, I mean, we have these guardrails for us. We have the guardrails. We didn't break below this magenta. Close, right? Not just break, but close. Not just break, but close. Let it play out. Don't rush anything. Let's let some what is it called? Let's let the setup play out. Don't rush anything. If you took the break in magenta, your trade's protected. Okay? Don't get greedy here. We're at the 5 MA. There's a lot of liquidity built up here. They may be touching it just to shoot it up. Your trade's protected. Don't get greedy. Don't get greedy here. There's a lot of liquidity built up. And it'll be even better if it broke below the 5 MA to grab more liquidity to shoot up immediately after. That'll be even better. So don't get greedy. So we definitely made some profit from this morning. Only use a little bit of that profit so you can finish the day green. Your trade's protected. Come on. Come on. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Your trade's protected. You're probably making a little bit of money right now. You're probably in the shmoney. We're probably in the shmoney. Don't get greedy. Take what you can. Take your base hits. There's more. Matter of fact, stop gambling. I can feel it. I feel FOMO in the room. I feel gambling in the room. It's because these early wins, that's what it does to you. It gives you overconfidence. It gives you overconfidence. And that overconfidence leads to gambling. or it leads to riskier plays, and then the gambling starts, and then that's when the this is too easy. That's when the gambling starts, and that's when you start trying to recover a loss real quick because you gambled, and then you start getting antsy with your stop losses, and you start moving them too quick, or you get stopped out too quick, or whatever it is. You're like, I know what happens. I've been there. There's a lot of liquidity here. You got to take your money when you can. We know what the ideal setup for the put looks like, right? I drew it on the 5. We want to see it do this: break, retest, and reject. That'll be the ideal. The calls, we know somewhere up here. That's going to be your safest. All right, we're going to see if this purple holds up. So break of magenta, multiple contracts is going to be out on break of purple, break above purple. We're going to see if purple holds up though. Okay, so if you remember, I told you that when we break and close below this magenta, we know at minimum we're going to test again the 5. We already said this, a few minutes ago, but you have to keep, when I'm saying what the put looks like and what the call looks like, you have to keep that in mind. We knew that break of this, at minimum, the 5. So your target was short. You can't guarantee anything past that target. Well, you can't guarantee anything, but you understand what I'm saying. The target was short. Take your money. If you took this break, the target's right here. Could you hold it longer? Sure. This could play out. Let's see if we break above purple right here, if we stay inside purple. So if we form another magenta, so if we're inside the magenta and purple, look for some retracement to the upside. I'm going to clean this chart up. Nothing's changed. Your safer calls are going to be here. Your safest ones are going to be up here. Okay? Up here is going to be your safest ones. This should give you some confirmation on this one. Actually, I'm going to move this a little bit higher. I want to see it here. Right back off the 5. So now we're going to see if we reject, right? The structure for the rejection should look like, right? It should look like this. That's what the structure on the rejection on the 5 should look like. Because I told you what the structure for the break, retest, reject looks like, right? It looks like this still. Break, retest, reject. So now we're going to look for rejection structure, which we did this on Sunday. So you just got to be patient. You just got to be patient. Your safest calls are going to be somewhere around here. Your least amount of risk on a call is going to be obviously at the 5 because you're looking for either rejection. But your safe ones up here. That's how you have some idea of direction. And then you just wait for the setup in that direction. It's always the same thing over and over and over. A lot of liquidity right here at the 5. And we also have FOMC tomorrow. FOMC is a big deal. FOMC is a big deal. If we made good money today, we made good money. Call it a day. No reason to risk one more dime. I know how that overconfidence is, and then it starts to lead to gambling. That's just the natural course. If you can overcome that, this is how you become profitable. You build your account little by little, and once you start doing many contracts, that's when the money will roll in, and you can take easy trades, high probability trades. You're taking many contracts and you're making a lot of money in a very little bit of time. If you're trying to like force it now, it's not going to happen. So I think maybe some of you might have had a question on, well, how do we know if it's rejecting, or how do we know if it's retesting reject? Well, number one, you can see it bouncing, but number two, you wait for the structure on that, for that setup. What does the structure look like? I'm showing you, right? So it looks like it wants to be break of purple for our up, break of magenta for the down, but we need to see some buildup of liquidity. So the proper setup looks like we need to break above this, retest this magenta, and reject off this magenta, forming this cup right here. That's what we want to see for a rejection off the 5. And why am I saying rejection? Because it tested it and rejected off of it. This is the rejection. Okay, and then you're waiting for, if it is going to reject, you're waiting for the proper setup, which is up here. This is just how it works. And then the same thing opposite if it was a break and retest, right? So the break and retest would look like the break, the retest, and the reject. And you better believe there's most likely going to be unless a new algo presents itself, a magenta somewhere right here. You see how it works now? You see how it works? Simple, easy. Now you just gotta wait. You're in the middle of the water here. There's no trade here. We know what the setup looks like, right? Your calls are up here. Your puts are gonna be somewhere down here. This is easy. You don't have to think. You don't have to think anymore. If you're trying to get in on the best possible, oh, well, if I get in here, and you're gambling here. You don't know. You're gambling here. And then you can say, yeah, but you said break a magenta. Yeah, but you know where the target is. It's too shallow. The risk to reward is not worth it here. The risk to reward underneath the 5 for the put is much better risk to reward, because you could ride that till we don't even know when. You see this? This is why you don't try to. We already know our setup. We already know the setup. You don't have to risk anything. Puts underneath here, calls over here. Does it get any more simple? It can't get any more simple. So if you're here, you're basically at a 50-50 right here. This is basically a 50-50. But I don't like those odds. You know, these odds look much better up here for calls. These odds look much better down here for puts. Those are the odds I like. Here's the reasoning behind why I'm saying what I'm saying. I know once we get up here that everyone that went short, everyone that bought puts from 9:30 to 10:45, I know that everyone that bought puts got burned out. Their stops have been stopped out, which gives it strength for more up. And the reason why I want to go short here or buy puts here is because I know that everyone that bought puts from the morning till this point right now, or excuse me, calls. I know everyone that bought calls, I know all their stops got burned out. So that's going to give it strength because they have to sell their position now because they don't want to take any more loss. And these algorithms are generated by the computer. Once you understand that, everything's easy. Now figuring out the algorithm, it takes some time. That takes time. You'll get there. Don't rush it. Don't rush this. But this is how I know what's going to happen. There's a 50-50 right here. This is the 50-50. But if you're trying to trade in between this key level and the 5, that's in the water. You're in the middle of the water. There's no trade here. If you want to take the 50-50, that's on you. Your odds are much better below here and above here. I don't know how much more clearly I can say that. This is the answer. I'm giving you the answer to the test. Your best bet is when you see structure forming below this 5. Your best bet is to see the structure building above, minimum above 562, but preferably above 564. Just let it play out. Don't rush anything. We're in the middle of the water here, very low volume. And I'm pretty sure we all saw this momentum candle here. So the candle class, here's a momentum candle. You knew what was going to happen based on this. Just rehashing some stuff. Let it play out. So the reason why this is a 50-50 over here is because we want to watch out for this. That's why this is a 50-50. This, what they're doing right now, is market manipulation. This is why we don't trade in here. This is no man's land. We'll figure it out what's going to happen past these levels. This is market manipulation. Clear as day, market manipulation. Now if we get above this purple, all right, start thinking. Start waiting for the setup for the call. If we get above this purple, healthy, right? Not just like a wick. We want a healthy get above the purple. And you can see how stress-free trading can actually be. You don't have to worry because you know what it looks like. You know what needs to happen. And it takes time. It takes time. It's not always going to be, you know, early morning excitement like that. Because, you know, the early morning, that's when we get most of our money. I'd like to see some strong moves up. If it's going to happen, I want to see some strong candles going up. There might be some bearish divergence coming in, but it's no man's land. There's no reason to even trade right here. We know what our setup looks like, right? Below the 5 with the proper setup, and above minimum 562.30. That's just what it is. If you made money for the day, call it a goddamn day. What are you waiting around here for? Go enjoy your day. You're a winner. You're not missing anything. We do this every day. Yeah, this is market manipulation. Because they give you something that kind of looks like a momentum candle, and then they start rejecting underneath purple. This is market manipulation. This is chop. You're in between this key level and the 5. This key level and the 5. This key level and the 5. That's why we wait for the proper setup. Once we get below the 5, then we'll know what time it is. Then we know what to look for. Break, retest, reject. Until then, everything's still on the table. Okay, I think this green is going to be a thing, so I want to get above the green before we... Same thing though, pretty much same idea. I'd like to get above the green for calls. I'm going to clean this chart up just a bit. We know we're not trading anywhere in here. There's no reason to trade in here. We have no trade in here. So if you look at the 5, we need to get above 562 on the 5. Okay. Remember, we were wondering, was this a momentum candle? We were wondering, is this a momentum candle? But then why is it rejecting underneath purple? Market manipulation. Don't fall for it. So I knew I needed to adjust this. I knew I needed to adjust this magenta once I saw this momentum candle. That's why I adjusted it. Because if you remember, it kind of broke below right here for a few seconds. It just needed to be adjusted. Like I said, these things are dynamic, but we don't have to worry because we knew what the put setup looked like. I told you we're not trading in here in between this. I already told you that. We know what the call setup looks like. I believe this green is going to hit. I could probably tighten it up just a bit. I believe this green to be a thing. I haven't confirmed it yet. I need to see how we react when we get above it. If we get above it. Which means that break a magenta will be our signal, and then break a green will be our confirmation. We don't have to chase every candle, every move. We don't have to do that. That's how you overtrade, and that's what leads you into turning a green day to a red day. That's the answer. Now you're adults, you do what you want to do, but I'm telling you what the setup needs to look like. If you know something I don't, please share it. I would like to know. Technically, we're back at a 50-50 now. Technically, we're back at a 50-50. But even if we break below this green, because this green is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Even if we break below this green, I still need to see structure underneath the 5. Why? Because we're protecting against stop hunts at that point. Nothing's changed. We're bouncing between this key level and the 5. This key level and the 5. Nothing's changed. Okay, so break a magenta was your signal, break a green was your confirmation, but now your target is so short. It's so short from green to the 5, so you might as well wait until we get underneath the 5, retest it and reject it. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. I need to see if I need to adjust this. So far it's holding up. But I mean, it could be a little cleaner. It should probably be like, probably needs to be like that if I'm honest. Let it play out. There's no trading here. We know what the setup needs to look like, right? Somewhere up here, somewhere down here. That's what it is. If you took the 50-50, don't hold on to it too long, because you know where your target is, the 5. Actually, we went through this, damn, when was it? When it kind of faked out on a break and retest. We got witching coming up on Friday. We also have FOMC coming up tomorrow. Gonna be tricky. if you took break of magenta, your out is going to be on break of purple. Let's see how much strength. Do you see why we wait to go in on calls? This is why we wait. We don't have to think too hard. It's very simple. If you took break of green, I'll tell you when. As of right now, it has to be, your stop has to be at green. It has to be at green for your break even, because you're bouncing off this 5. It's just not, there's no trading in between these two. Market manipulation. This is why we wait. This is why we wait. Clean up this chart. That doesn't mean that the call setups haven't changed, right? It's still going to be. You just have to adjust. Probably over here. All right, let's see the strength of this if we get break above purple. If we break above purple, we want to see this, right? Something like that. There's no trading in between underneath this 562.30 and the 5. You see what's happening, right? You see what's happening. Okay, pay attention to this orange. This orange is going to be a thing. So until we get above 562.30, orange is going to be for the call, and until we get below the 5, it's going to be green. That's the answer. That is the answer. Meaning that this orange will come into play above 562.30, and then another green will form below the 5. Whenever that green forms below the 5, that's when we go in on puts. Until then, we're not thinking about puts until underneath the 5. We're not thinking about calls until above 562.30. And I have this orange highlighted. I can't highlight a green yet because I don't know when it's going to break below the 5. If it is. We had our excitement. We had our excitement. If you're winning, call it a damn day. Stop being greedy. Greed. But I do like, I am comfortable with this green and with this orange, so I do like this green and this orange. Did it form? Did this form here? No, I should put this here. Yeah, we had a good comment in the Discord about FOMC and how, how the price likes to hang around the 5 MA. We see that happening. We see that happening. I think we made good money today. We made good money in a little bit of time. If it took us an hour and a half to make that easy money, easy. Building the account. We're building the account. That's all. There's absolutely no trading in here. You're bouncing underneath 562.30 and 5-day. No trading in here. We know what the setup looks like. It's got to be minimum above this orange. And then for the puts, again, a green should form somewhere underneath this. We're going to see a magenta form. The price is going to go in the magenta and then break. And that's how we know we're going to have that type of setup right there. When this is going to happen, I don't know. If it happens, I don't know. But when it does, we know what it needs to look like. I do like the green though. I do like the green. I do like this green though. All right. All right. All right. Break magenta, break green, quick base hit. Hit the 5, hit the target. Start moving your stops. If you took break a magenta, break a green, start moving your stops. Start moving your stops. If you took break a magenta, break a green, tighten your stops, right? Because we know we're at the target already. It's too easy. It's too easy. I know I told you to wait. Okay, so we're waiting for the setup on the next one, but if you took the break of green and the break of magenta, this is too easy. I knew I liked this green. I knew I liked this green. Look at this money. Look at this money. Let's go to the higher time frame. Okay. No surprise here. No surprise here. 561.32. Let's see something. Oh no, I stopped my stream for some reason. Okay, I think we're back in business. It's too easy. Collect your money. If you took the break of green, break a purple for single contracts. When it breaks above purple for single contracts. If you took break of green. Oh, please, please. Please. Come on, print a little bit more. Now, if we're waiting for the proper setup, it'll happen. Give it time. Now we broke the 5. We want to retest and reject. I like a little bit more break. A little bit more break than this. Okay, okay. Let's see if we reject underneath this purple and then form a green. Or is this a stop hunt? Remember, if you took break of green, purple's you're out. Or maybe if you want to get out on the 5 just to secure more profit. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Wait for it to close. Wait for it to close. A close would be nice. Ideally, we'd like a little bit more structure. Ideally, we'd like it to, the ideal scenario would be to break, retest like this, like some type of, a little bit more structure. That's the ideal, but we'll see what they give us. We didn't close below the green yet. Let's see. Let's see if we close below the green. I'd like to see a little bit further away from the 5. It's still tapping on the 5. It didn't. I'm not comfortable with this little break retest here. I'm just not comfortable with that. I like it a little bit more. It needs to be like that, you know, like some more structure. So I'd like this green to be a little bit further away. That'd be the ideal setup. Okay, if you took the break of this green, once it breaks below this purple, take your profit. If you single contracts, take your profit. Ideally, I like to be a little bit further away to come back up and then reject. This is really shallow. I'm not a big fan of this. If you're on single contracts, when we break above this purple, when we close above the purple, take your profit on single contract. Single contract, don't get greedy if you're on single contracts. Take your money. It closed. It's outside the purple. Take your money. Single contracts. If it dumps right now, my bad. There'll be other setups. All right, I think we should use the 5 minute to guide this. So this is going to be the break. We're going to see if this is the retest of the 5, and we're going to see if we reject. We're going to use the 5 minute to guide this. Single contracts. Excuse me. Single contracts should have cut on the break of purple. Okay, crisis averted. This is why we don't jump. This is why we wait for the proper setup. This is why we wait. No one missed anything here. No one missed anything. Yeah, it's just playing right at the 5. Ideally, this is it. We want to break, like some more strength down. We need some more down strength to give it. It has to build up liquidity. There's not enough liquidity build up. Let it play. Don't rush anything. Let it play. Calls are still going to be above this orange. Calls are still going to be above this orange. That hasn't changed. Okay. 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 Let it play out. Don't rush anything. Don't rush anything. Let it play out. I want to get below 559.34. So not only break a green, but below 559.34. And this is still shallow. Don't force anything. Don't force anything. You see, this is why we wait for the just so excuse me, if you remember what I said, not only are we going to break the 5-day, but to make sure we don't get stopped out, that it's not a stop hunt, we need to wait for the structure to set up underneath the 5-day. Right? So we're waiting for the structure. Now that we broke it, now we're waiting for structure to make sure it's not a stop hunt. Easy. Don't need to risk anything. You wait for the proper setup. And if you're up for the day, call it a damn day. No reason to risk your money that you already made. For what? Gambling? You have secured money in your pocket. No reason to risk anything now. So remember, the ideal setup for the put underneath the 5 is going to be hold on, why is this happening? The break, the retest, and reject. It has to be a strong motion like this. This is the ideal setup. So whenever that happens, I don't know. But we know what it needs to look like. And below 559.34 would give me a little bit more confidence. So now we're competing with low a day, the 5, and 562.30. That's what we're competing with right now. Okay. Okay. We need to break low a day. We need to break low a day. Okay, I'm gonna hang out for another 2 minutes. I'm gonna leave the Discord with the proper setups. Calls still above this, preferably above this one. This will be your warning, right? This will be your warning. This will be the confirmation. For your puts, I'm trying to take into account like hours from now and right now at the same time, and it's proving to be difficult. Let me see. This is what the put looks like, okay? Because I gotta get out of here soon. We have to, wherever the 5-day is, right? So let's say this is the 5-day. We need to see the 5-day break, like, you know, a firm break, forming a blue. We want a blue channel to form. Here, we want a blue channel to form. Then we want a magenta to form. Like that. Okay? We need a blue, a magenta, and break a green. Whenever this happens, wherever this happens, I don't know when, but this is what it needs to look like. Like this. I'm not saying here, but this is what the structure, the setup looks like. And if it just dumps right underneath the 5, then it just dumps and you missed a move. If you're green for the day, call it a damn day. If you're gambling, stop. We made money this morning. We hit our target. That was enough. Let's see what we got. All right, got another 2 minutes on here that I'm gonna call it. This green seems to be formidable. I like to see another one form underneath the 5. Calls up here. Some are up here. Whenever that happens, I don't know when. Some are up here. Puts have to be somewhere down here. That's the answer. Okay. We made some good money today. Super choppy, can't do anything. It's messing with the 5-day. Wait for more confirmation, right? Wait for more confirmation. The rejection off the 5 is going to look like this. Rejection off the 5 is going to look like that, okay? The break and retest off the 5 is going to look wherever the 5 is at that time. it's going to have to break, retest, and reject, meaning the 5 should be somewhere like this. So break the 5, retest the 5, reject off the 5. That's what it looks like. We don't have to gamble. If you're up for the day, call it a goddamn day. No reason not to. But this has been my time. It's been a pleasure. Discord, I'm going to hang out for a few seconds to answer any questions if you guys have any questions. But